Imagine that the universe is not a silent collection of particles and fields, but a colossal computation running on something deeper than matter. Imagine that what we call reality is stored, not in atoms and waves, but in a fault-tolerant code that refuses to let existence collapse when the world is disturbed. Imagine that the universe does not merely exist, it maintains itself. This is the shocking idea behind quantum error correction. It claims that the fabric of reality may not only be quantum, but actively self-repairing. Reality, in this view, is not passive. It heals. Quantum systems are fragile. A single whisper of heat, a single stray photon, a vibration of a mirror, a cosmic ray drifting through space, all can destroy quantum information. If our universe were truly quantum at all scales, one would expect it to decohere into classical noise instantly. It should not survive. The world should dissolve. And yet, it does not. The quantum substrate beneath reality does not collapse into chaos. It persists. It preserves what matters. Something is stabilizing the information that makes the universe what it is. This is not a philosophical guess. Quantum error correction is a mathematical fact. In quantum computing, qubits cannot be trusted by themselves. Noise is inevitable. Random phase drift, thermal agitation, entanglement with the environment. Every qubit is always dying, so instead of storing a bit of information in one qubit, we spread it redundantly across multiple qubits. The information is encoded in correlations, not in any single place. Error correction continuously diagnoses deviations and fixes them before they accumulate. The code maintains the message while the components decay. This is where the earthquake arrives. A growing body of high-energy physics suggests that the same principle might be running at the most fundamental layer of the universe. The interior of a stable quantum universe behaves as if it is executing an error-correcting code. The information is not localized in fragile points. It is smeared across structure. The universe may be robust because it is encoded, not because it is static. Black holes are the most violent test of this idea. According to general relativity, information that falls into a black hole is lost forever behind the horizon. According to quantum mechanics, information cannot be fundamentally destroyed. These two laws collide. The black hole information paradox was a wound in physics for decades. Then something astonishing emerged. A precise mapping called AD-S-CFT, a duality between a quantum field theory without gravity and a gravitational universe with a black hole, suggested that black hole interiors are built out of a quantum error-correcting code. In the dual description, the bulk geometry is not something that sits and holds information. It is something that encodes it redundantly. Lose part of the boundary and the bulk interior is still recoverable. The black hole heals its information like a code heals a corrupted message. In this picture, space-time itself is not an object. It is a decoding of quantum correlations. Geometry is not fundamental. It is emergent from stable information protected against noise. Distance, curvature, interior, horizon, these are byproducts of how information is distributed across subsystems. You are not in space-time. You are in a correction-stabilized message. Think about what that implies. It means reality is not a static thing we observe. It is a constant negotiation against entropy. Existence is a maintained state. Something like a meta-algorithm is running at all times, ensuring that the universe does not lose itself. You are here not because particles arranged themselves, but because the information that defines you is being preserved from collapse by the deepest grammar of existence. You survive because the code beneath physics repairs the damage before annihilation completes. This perspective also reshapes determinism. If reality is error-corrected, then the true identity of the universe is not in the transient material states, but in the stable information they collectively carry. What you think of as chaos may be surface turbulence on top of a protected structure. The laws we observe may not be laws of dynamics, but constraints of a code that refuses to allow inconsistent configurations. Physics may be what error-free logical states must look like, and the most radical extension follows naturally. If reality is a code, then the fact that we can do physics at all, that regularities repeat, that constants do not drift wildly, that symmetry patterns endure, is not luck. It is enforcement. We do not study nature that simply is. We study nature that is maintained against destruction. The universe is not an accident of stability. It is an active winner in a perpetual war against noise. Quantum error correction converts existence into a verb. The universe is not merely present. It corrects. It suppresses the death of its own description. It chooses not to collapse. And that changes the philosophical center of gravity. If the cosmos is a self-healing message, then reality is closer to meaning than to matter. Matter decays. Meaning is what is protected. So, what does that make us? Are we accidental structures riding a cosmic repair loop? Or are we part of the code, components in the machinery that prevents nothingness from consuming being? If quantum error correction is the real substrate of the world, then every atom, every black hole, every memory, every law, every horizon, every observer, every timeline is not just a phenomenon but a line in a protected computation that the universe refuses to lose. Reality might not just be real. It might be defended. That is the most dramatic possibility of all, that existence is not a thing, but a decision continually remade at Planck depth, a decision enforced against annihilation, a decision encoded redundantly so that even if pieces of the universe crack and fall, the meaning of the universe never dies. A decision written into the core logic of being that says, errors may strike, but the message will not fail. If that is true, then everything you have ever known, time, gravity, memory, identity, horizon, space, is not the ground, but the shadow of something deeper. A cosmic correction loop keeping the void from winning, a universe that refuses erasure, a universe that edits itself away from death, a universe that has chosen to remember itself. And if the last line of physics is that we live inside a self-healing code, then the final philosophical blow is this: oblivion is not the default state. Meaning is. Silence is not the ground state. Preservation is. Nothingness is not what reality falls into. What reality fights is nothingness. And it is winning. Because quantum error correction is not just a trick of computing. It might be the reason there is anything left to call a world. It might be why the universe did not vanish. It might be the proof that reality is not fragile. It is defended against oblivion by design. And if so, then the universe is not simply here. The universe is refusing to disappear.